Alright, so now we're back with another EVE Online video. So, the last video we pretty much finished these things, I think, and then we got the new ship, we got the new Heron ship. So, actually we went to fly the Iblis. We could go check the fitting, so we just go to the fitting window for the Iblis. We're going to be using the Heron, so we could just go right click it in the inventory. We could go strip fitting, then it'll remove everything from the ship. So now we could double click the Heron to start flying that ship. And then we can start equipping this thing, so we could put it has a lot more spots to put a lot more things on this ship. So actually we're going to have to go to the Iblis inventory. There were some things here like the gun especially, so we could drag all of these things to the item hanger, and then we could just go stack all to make sure everything's stacked. And then we could go put the guns on here, so we could the 125mm rail guns on here. So now we can put those on the Heron. Then we could group the weapons, so it'll have one extra spot, so we could actually put something else here too. We could even put like a scanner probe or something. And then in the other spots we could put the afterburner. I think it said we could only use one afterburner though, so we'll just use the one civilian afterburner. So we could just put that on the Heron, and then we could maybe even the salvager. Civilian salvager. Yeah, we could probably make a salvager, I guess, because our industry job should be done. This is quite a bit later. If we go here, go to our industry on the right side, manufacturing jobs, 1 of 1. So is it complete, or is it not? Oh, it is complete. Alright, so we could claim our 2,000 Inferno missiles that we made, and then we could actually start another job. So we could make a salvager, so we could probably make that salvager 1 blueprint. So we do need some other resources, so it's gonna take 43 minutes. Maybe we could just buy some salvagers, right? View market details. Is there any in this station for a good price? 38,000, 48,000. That's alright. So we could buy 1 salvager ship. Or 1 salvager module for our ship. So stuff should be pretty cheap in the starting place, or it shouldn't be too overpriced. Or if it is, maybe, yeah, if there's nothing in the station, you might actually have to teleport to the other stations or fly over there. But it probably would be worth it to just get these on your ship. So now that we have bought that, we don't have to craft it ourselves. We're not gonna make everything ourselves from the beginning. Later we will. Maybe want to make a Caldari blueprint, a Caldari shuttle. Yeah, because if we look, it's going to cost 15,000 to make it about. If you look at the view market details, the only one selling it here is like 22,000. Alright, so you don't even really save too much, but I guess it gives you something to do to make your own ship. So you can maybe make 2 of them, they're going to be here for a while. Or if you make like 5 of them, it's only going to cost you like 77,000. So it barely cost anything, and then you'll just have 5 Caldari shuttles to at the station. So if you ever want to fly around the galaxy, you can just fly around in these, and then if you want to go to the trade hub to pick something up, or if you just want to go pick up blueprints, this is really good for making blueprint runs. So we'll just put this on. We'll make 5 shuttles. That'll give it something to do overnight. That'll give us some extra ships here. So we could make anything, right? You could look at the blueprints if you wanted to make yourself a whole bunch of antimatter charges. Maybe you could, maybe we should have. Okay, it looks like maybe these, or maybe it is the same duration. I was just trying to think if it's quicker than missiles or something. 448, and the missiles were what? They're probably the same. 448. Yeah, they were the same. Alright, so there's no difference between the job duration for the ammunition. So we could probably get a bunch of ammunition. We need a bunch of ammunition, probably. If we go to the item hanger, we actually need to equip. So let's get out of the industry window. Let's go back to the ship fitting. Let's just equip it. Let's just put all of our iron charges inside the guns, and then put the iron charges inside the ship hanger. And we're pretty much ready to go. We could put the probe scanners on if you want, right? Core probe launcher. Then you could scan down sites, maybe go attack enemies, or go scan down relic sites, or data sites, or gas sites, or mining sites. So the core probe, you're going to want to put your 8 core scanner probes inside your launcher here. So then maybe you could just put the civilian relic analyzer. So the Heron, it is good for combat and it is good for exploration. And it's good for bringing things around because it has a whole lot of cargo hold. It has 400 M3. It could carry a whole bunch of things. The overdrive injectors, we could put those in the lower slots. It'll just make your ship move a lot faster. And we still have 2 slots over there for something. So the salvagers, we could put the core probe launchers to scan places, or we could put the salvager here. So maybe we'll just put the salvagers. We could bring these to our ship's inventory. So it's like if we ever decide we want to use these probes, we could just dock up somewhere and then we could just switch them out for the salvager. So we could put the regular salvager. We bought one of them from the marketplace. We could just equip it onto the ship. And then what do we put in these 2 shots? Maybe we could buy a shield or something. Maybe we just go to the regional marketplace. And let's just type in her. No, I'll not make you type in stuff. We'll just make you go look here. So just at the marketplace, you just go to ship equipment. Then you just go to shields. Then you just go to shield boosters, small shield boosters. Then small shield booster 1. We use the 2. No, we can't use that. Oh, we can't even use the small shield booster 1. What do we need to be able to use this? What are the requirements? It'll take 8 minutes to learn this. So shield operation. Let's view the market details. Shield operation is going to cost 55,000. So we should learn this book. So let's buy this shield operation from the marketplace. This way we could equip better shields on our ship. Then we got the book, and then we could inject the skill, and then we could just go put a shield operation. Maybe we'll put missile launchers up here too. Maybe getting a Kaldari cruiser level 3 isn't important. Not at the moment. We can't even fly this thing, right? We don't need a battle cruiser quite yet. The cruiser is pretty good. We'll leave it to level 2. So we'll just delete the 3rd one. We could train that anytime later. And then we'll just train a missile launcher operation. We'll just get these out of the way. And then light missiles, so we could use the missiles. Well, I guess we are heading off pretty soon. Won't really matter. we should train the missiles. Because the thing is, we want to wake up tomorrow, and then it doesn't really matter if we could fly a better ship. What matters is if we could actually use the ammunition on our ship. I don't know why we can't drag that down. Missile launcher operation. Oh, so we just want to move this up. There we go. Yeah, so just always look at your training queue, see if there's anything you want to change, because that thing was going to take 18 hours to trade. So in that 18 hours, we could actually train all of these things in that time. So maybe think about it. If you have a really long training queue on your thing, maybe get rid of it. And signature analysis. Oh, where'd the other one go? Alright, that's enough looking at the scales, I guess. We're just basically trying to get the missile launchers and everything so we could use them. And then the shields, that's right. We just came here because we wanted to look at shields down here at the bottom left. And then shield operation. It said if we learned a shield operation, we could actually start using that shield. So let's use shield operation up to level 1. And maybe we'll just level it up to level 3 or something. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Everything's going to be training overnight anyways. So now shield operation is going to allow us to put better shields on our ship. So that'll take 9 minutes. We won't really need a shield anyways. We'll just buy a civilian. Oh, we can't even use the civilian one. 8 minutes. Alright, let's go do a quest then. Let's go. We have our ship equipped. We don't need a shield. We have everything. We should be just fine out there in the basic missions. We do need... Yeah, there's something else you could buy too. Isn't there like a tractor beam? What level do you need to use the tractor beam? Oh, we could actually use it already. Although it costs 1 million, so we don't really need the tractor beam yet. This thing will fly fast enough. So let's end this clip here, and then maybe we'll just do the basic military path for this episode. Try to get the basic military path done. Alright, yeah, let's do the first mission quick. We're gonna be able to use the shield in 5 minutes here. So actually, let's just buy it, right? So we're just looking at the small shield booster. So it was still up here. So we could go view details, then small shield booster. We can see what it was. So we could just buy like 2 of them or something. You could use them on your other ships. We have a lot of money here. And if you need to buy more of them, you could probably buy more of them here. Then we could just put that on the ship before we head out. Pretty sure we can. Then we could maybe activate it in space. So if we put that on the ship, it'll just say it's not online because we need to learn the skill. So now let's go talk to the military career path. Let's go talk to this guy. Actually, yeah, the advanced military path, just because it gives you the comrade. Or how much does the comrade cost? Let's just look at how much ships cost. How much do ships cost? Caldari, so we're looking at destroyers, cruisers or something. We know these ones are expensive, right? 8 million, you can't get that. Standard destroyers, Caldari, Korax, comrade. 800s, they pretty much cost 1 million, so we could buy these ship, but so we could have bought these ship. But we get this as a reward anyways. Yeah, so let's just do the basic military thing. So it's gonna tell us to clear the pirates from the asteroid belt. He has requested you to go there. You may have to rush the targets and hit them at close range. So we could just hit the accept button, and then we could just undock from the station. One of our modules is offline. That's alright. So I don't think we should do too much about the combat missions, because it's just going to be basically the same thing. It's not going to be complicated like industry or scanning or any of the other things we did before. It's just going to be basically warping to these sites. So as soon as we undock from the station, we could warp to the location.
Warp drive active.
Then when we warp to the location, we'll just do a little bit of combat here. We'll show your weapons, they have 21,000 range to 16,000. So you want to try to keep your targets at around like 15,000 range, probably would be ideal. Yeah, maybe around like 10,000 to 15,000 range. I always want to look at the range of your guns. So then we see the pirates here. The objective is to destroy the enemy, so we can lock onto you. And then we could probably start flying towards this other one. We activate the afterburners, and then we could turn on the guns to start shooting at this one. So just kill him in 2 hits. That's pretty good. Oh, and then some more guys showed up. Cool. So are they on the way? Yeah, so basically you just activate your afterburner, and then you'd be going 726 miles per second. So we're just burning towards this guy here. Then we just shoot our lasers, and then the enemy should die in like 2 or 3 hits. There you go, and then you just have to burn towards the other enemies. So I wouldn't really worry about salvaging them or looting anything. You're going to be finding much better things to salvage later. So no, on my first playthrough that I did recently on a new character, it was like, went to go salvage all of them. Then it takes so long to salvage everything, and they don't even give you any good salvage, really. So, we'll do salvaging maybe, and level 3 missions probably would be the best place to start. Well, level 2 missions are maybe alright. But then you could just run more missions in that time. So, and then we already looked at the other episodes, the other one with the mining. We know that there's minerals here, so now we could go dock at the station. We also know that next door there's tons of minerals, there's tons of asteroid belts, so it doesn't really matter that there's minerals here. So we just should be docking at the station. We clicked on dock, didn't we? Oh, there we go. Now our ship's going to warp. So now shield operation has been trained, so maybe we could right click on this shield and say put online. Interference from your warp drive prevents it. So as long as we're not warping, maybe we can activate the shield. We're just gonna try doing that. And then maybe when we dock, we're just gonna say go through the combat missions. They're basically the same. If there's anything special that comes up in the combat missions, we'll come back. But maybe we should just let you do the combat missions yourself, because it's just gonna be recording a whole bunch of going back and forth and killing to the guys. So we go start the conversation to complete the mission. Alright, then you request a mission. And then he's going to tell you to eliminate the pirates. Location here. So rewards. The following rewards will be yours. The Merlin. Small hybrid turbo damage. All shield resistances. So this is a frigate, right? Oh, we could look small primary. Shields combat. Okay, it is a frigate. So we are in a frigate. So we don't have to worry about the Merlin at this point. So we could just accept the mission, then we could just undock, then we just go complete the missions here. So maybe we'll just come back after we're on mission 10, where we're just about to complete the basic military. And then maybe we should try to get through the advanced military as well. So now we can just warp to the location. We just click it on the left here, then we go do these missions. Pretty much now we're actually doing combat. We didn't do any combat before, right? We skipped combat. We just learned about everything except for combat. But now that that's all done, now we can just do combat for a bit. Alright, so we'll do another little clip here. Just a little tip for the for mission number 3. It's gonna reward you with 2 light electron blasters. Don't use them. It's going to lower your range to like 500 to 1,000 or below that. Yeah, the quest reward gave you... I can't even find them anywhere. Basically, it just gave you 2 guns. Don't equip them on your ship. These rail guns are better because they're going to have a much farther range. So just reloading our guns. So the sensors have found nothing in the area. So we just needed to fortify... we just needed to approach this smuggler's Stargate. So this mission we started recording because we were gonna say careful, because if you go to the Stargate, you're gonna start taking damage pretty soon. So what you could do is go to the overview here, and then you go right click the station, and you just hover over the dock button. And as soon as you start taking damage, you could even put on your shield so you start repairing damage too, so you don't have to worry about that. So it's good to have the small shield at level 1. So it's just a pre-warning that pretty soon your ship shield's gonna go a lot lower. Need to approach the Stargate. So we approach the Stargate. Here we go. Yeah, you get the warning signs. Now complete mission docks. Now we go dock at the station. Oh, cool, yes, or a shield booster kept us alive. Usually you would take damage there, but we didn't take any damage. Perfect. So now we can just dock at the station and then probably turn in mission 4, and then we'll come back if there's anything else we need to mention. So I think one of the missions, he tells you to go and blow up your ship, so you're gonna have to watch that. You're gonna have to read the chat and see what he tells you to do. If he tells you that this is a suicide mission, you're gonna lose your ship, then just use one of the Merlins. Just fly in with one of these ships that you don't care about losing. Right, so now we're still doing the career missions. We just complete the mission, and we just request another mission. So we just burn through these ones. Meet up with the pirate, follow his instructions, and then report back. So now we accept granted item, civilian kinetic deflection shield. Alright, so here's another good thing. So you can go to your ship fitting and open your inventory. So this will actually fit right above your shield. So he just gave you the civilian kinetic shield. So this will give you kinetic resistances, which is good against these pirates. So when you're out there fighting against them, if you put this shield on, then you're going to be taking a whole lot less damage from them. All 35% less damage anyways. So now we're just going to go do this quest here. Quest level number 5 wasn't too bad. It's just going to tell us to go talk to the pirate, follow his instructions, and then return to the station. So basically for the missions, you're not going to want to stay too long at the actual locations. pretty much as soon as you complete the mission, you can just return back home. There's no reason to really clear anything. You're just pretty much looking to get your faction standings increasing up. Oh, here, and then we'll do another clip for mission 7, because it's a little bit more difficult, right? These guys are going to be, well, there's going to be a whole bunch of them. They're going to swarm you, and your shields are going to start going down, and then you're going to freak out, and then you're probably going to get worried. But then you have your kinetic shield. That's going to help defend you against these enemies. And make sure you're always flying. If you're standing still, if you're not moving, then you're going to be taking full damage. You're pretty much going to be hit a lot easier. But if you're actually flying around in space, then they're not going to be able to hit you as easy, right? It's like if you're a sitting target, you'll be able to hit that target easier. But if the target is moving, then they're not going to be able to hit you as easily. So basically, you just want to try to stay at the 15-kilometer range. So I don't think we showed this yet. Maybe we did. So if we go, if we just left click, if we go keep at range 1000, orbit 1000. No, we didn't. Alright, so let's figure out how to keep range at the enemies. So the guns, it says fall off range 21, optimal range 16 kilometers. So if we go here to the overview, we can do it on anything. If we go keep at range, if we go over, I should have I'll have to figure that out. Basically, these guys are going to take a while to kill, it looks like. Looks like we're having trouble hitting that one guy. So maybe if we do it over here, maybe you just have to right-click it in the overview. Okay. Yeah, so right-click in the overview, select orbit, and then you could set the default orbit. So set the default orbit to 15 kilometers. And you could right-click here. You go to keep at range, and then set the default range at 15 kilometers. So now whenever you're targeting enemies, whenever you're trying to actually hit them, because he's going to be too far away, and then be sure to reload your weapons as well. You just right-click the guns when they're not firing. Right-click the guns, reload the guns. So now you can actually just click and hold on the guy, and then if you keep at range or orbit, it'll always be orbiting at 15 kilometers. And if you get a different set of guns that is more optimal at a different range, then you could just right-click on anything again. Go to orbit and then set a new default. Like say that your good things, say that your weapons are good at 5,000 range, then you'd say your default to 5,000. If your guns are really good, if they're have a really huge range, then say your default to 30. I just try to make it line up because we said that we want to stay within, so we just have to start shooting the enemy. So you can see because we have the afterburners on, we're actually going so fast that the enemies are having a hard time hitting us. So actually we don't even really need anything at this point. Yeah, so we can just lock onto the other enemies here, because that one's going to be destroyed at some point, it looks like. So I think you can lock on up to 5 targets. So now we can just just hold him and then just do the same thing. Just keep at range 1500. And you can just do it at your next target. You just basically left click on the target and then you just say keep at range or orbit. So orbit, you're going to be flying around the guy constantly, so maybe orbit would be good. Yeah, we'll just do it to the next guy. We'll just wait till this guy's destroyed and then we'll end the clip here. There's just going to be a lot more guys here, and then there's going to be a lot more guys later too. There's going to be missions with so many guys. So your ship will always try to stay within 15 km. So then you can just hold the button and say orbit this guy 15 km. So now your guy's going to try to keep on circling the enemy. So he's going to keep trying to go around a circle on the enemy. As long as he stays alive or something. So basically we just had to kill all of the enemies in this sector. That was the job. Cash flow, mission 7. We need to destroy all of the enemies in the vicinity. So I think that's enough combat for now. We're just finishing this off. And then I think there's a couple more combat missions. So that's been the brief combat overview, I guess. We showed you how to keep the target at the optimum range with a simple click. Keep at range or orbit. and then just setting the default depending on what your current set of weapon range is. If you change weapons and the weapon range changes, you could just change the default range that you're going to try to keep your ship at. Alright, so now we're on mission 10 of 10 for the basic military. So actually, a funny thing happened. We ran out of ammunition when we were in space, right? We ran out of ammunition. So let's go to the ship inventory. Let's stack all. And let's just throw this all in the item hanger. We don't actually need it on us for anything. What we do need is ammunition, right? So we go to fitting. We don't really have any, so we just put these in our ammunition just because we found these from an enemy, basically. So then we could actually go to the regional market. So just go to the marketplace. There's probably always ammunition here. So now we're gonna buy something different from the market. We're gonna go to ammunition and charges at the top. Then we're gonna go to projectile ammo, standard ammo, small ammo. Oh, they don't have the it's not the right thing. It's not projectile ammo then. It'd be hybrid ammo. Hybrid charges at the top. Alright, standard charges, small. So it's actually hybrid ammo for these. So you want the iron charge just because it has the longest range. And it's also super cheap. People don't really charge a whole lot for them. So just sort by price and then get the cheapest one. And then maybe you just buy like, I don't know, you're gonna need a bunch of them. They're gonna be really cheap. So you just go with like 5,000. Then if you need more, you could always come back and buy more. And then maybe even buy some, well, he gave you antimatter charges, right? It'd be good to have both types of ammo in your inventory. Yeah, it gave you 2,000 antimatter charges, so put those in your inventory. And then, yeah, just throw like all 5,000 iron charges in here. So it doesn't take up too much space. We could go to our fitting. So we just ran out of ammo. He gave you antimatter charges, but the thing with antimatter charges, if you show info, well, we could equip them in space. It would probably show up better there. Basically, let's just go to the ship fitting. Let's just put the iron charges on. We could do it here, right? Fall off range is normally 15,000, and if we put the iron charges on, it increases it by 60%. So now fall off range is 21 kilometers. And if we put the antimatter charges on, it gives a negative to range bonus, although it does a whole lot more damage, right? Damage per second 10, but the fall off range falls down to 10 kilometers to 5 kilometers. So I guess doesn't really matter too much, right? It's just in the later missions you're gonna want to keep your distance. So damage per second 4.2, antimatter charges, damage per second 10.1. So antimatter charges are the better ones. It's just you have to get really close to the enemy. That's just my main concern. You could just sit here at like 20 kilometers away and then you could just attack the enemy. So that's why we prefer these ones. They're still gonna fall just as easily, right? I mean, antimatter, you kill them in one fewer hit or something. So that's basically what we did. We just replenished our ammo, and now we have a whole bunch of ammo. So he gave us one last mission. So basic combat 10 of 10. So it gives you a warning. This is going to be your hardest mission yet. If your shields and armor run low, you can teleport out of here. So I don't think we showed that yet. So maybe we'll show that for the end of the video. We completed the basic military. We were trying to do all of the militaries, but actually there's always way too much to talk about in the game. So we could set estimations. Oh, it's actually pretty far away. He's gonna send you pretty far away for this mission.
Warp drive active.
So it's a good thing that we remembered and we told everyone to stock ammo. Because if you go to your inventory, you actually have ammo. If you run out of ammo, you won't be able to attack these ships. So you don't want to be 5 jumps away without any ammo. So maybe we'll just come back at the encounter. Maybe we'll just record the fight, the final fight of the basic military. That makes sense. Alright, so we just arrived at the destination. It's really quick because the Heron travels so quickly. So we just arrived here. We can activate the gate. And then we can go go to the final encounter, and then the basic military will be done, and then the server is shutting down in like 25 minutes, so that's alright. So all we have to do is activate the gate, but it's gonna say it's guarded, right? If we try to activate the gate. This gate is locked. They're synchronized with gate scramblers. You must destroy all these ships in the area before you can proceed. So then we just have to proceed to lock onto these ships and then attack them then, right? And try to keep them within range. Just want to try to keep them around 15 kilometers. So we already set the default to be 15, right? So if they start getting too close to us and then it turns out that we can't really hit them too often, we could just start orbiting them. Or just go to a point in space, right? Just fly to any point in space and then you should be distancing yourself from them. Yeah, so it should be pretty quick. You don't even really have to move, I guess. You could just stay right by the acceleration gate. And you should be able to just range them all with your ranged 125mm railguns that you already had. Eventually, we'll be able to upgrade to missile launchers. I think that's tomorrow, right? We should have everything trained tomorrow. So tomorrow, be able to use missile launchers, and then we'll get the Comrade tomorrow. So we'll actually get a bigger ship. We'll get a ship that isn't a frigate. Something that's a little bit bigger. So it'll be able to hold 7 guns, actually. Oh, there's more guys that showed up. So we're going to have to target them and then destroy them. So I guess we could just go around and get the loot, I guess, if everyone dropped everything. Although, keep in mind, this loot won't be worth anything. Yeah, most of the time. So you're just going to be flying around trying to loot, and then you're going to get like 1,000 ISK because he only had metal scraps on him. So we'll just switch the target to this guy because he seems to have faster movement speed, right? He caught up to you quicker. Yeah, see, just metal scraps most of the time. That's why it's better to just focus on the mission objective. Eventually later the loot's going to be good from the enemies, but for now, the loot's not worth it at all. Not really, not at all. That's why you're just trying to learn the game, I guess, right? If you were getting all the best loot from the beginning of the game, then who knows what would happen. Although there is really good loot in the... Yeah, if you go scan down areas, right, in the probe scanner, if you go scan down combat sites, and actually if you run a whole bunch of combat sites in these areas, you probably will eventually get good rewards, but you're just going to want to get a ship that has a tractor beam on it, so you could just bring all of the loot to you, so you don't have to fly to the loot anymore. Tractor beams are actually really good. Then eventually you're going to be able to fly the ship that just focuses on tractor beams. So basically you just go clear a mission with your one ship, and then you come back with your salvager, and then you come loot everything with him. So he's pretty hard to hit. He's taking a while to hit. So let's try to distance ourselves from him. There we go. Activate the afterburner. Then we'll just go to the acceleration gate. So I guess we didn't really cut any of this fight, right? Usually we cut some parts of the fight just because it's not really too interesting. So there we go. Now we could enter the acceleration gate. Now we just have the final battle. So we would reload our ammo at this point. Reload all of it, then go through the warp gate, then the final room. So do we just have to kill the one guy, or do we have to kill everybody? There's another acceleration gate. So there is another room. So I guess this is going to be a longer video, or do we just cut? Well, let's just say we're going to clear this room, then we're going to go through another acceleration gate. Would basically be the same thing. Basically, so we're just gonna clear this room and then go through the acceleration gate and see what's through the acceleration gate. Oh, here, and then actually something I found in the same room, this thing, right? That's why it's good to look around, because you would never see these things if you weren't looking around at the scenery. We could look at it, we could see what it looks like up close, then we could go zoom around. So apparently it's a infested station ruin, so it's infested with something. So there's some crawling appendages out. So they would be robotic appendages. They would be drones. So they would be, pretty sure they would be, because we could left click it, we could show information about this, like what is this infested strange runes. To speed up the construction process of rogue drone structures, certain strains of drones have been known to salvage the ruins of their defeated enemies, using them either as a base or to slowly dissolve them into their desired final shape. This particular object seems to be a Galante station and 2 Megathron battleships, partially broken down into a construction lattice around an asteroid. Crazy. There's just so many crazy things in space in this game, and this is one of the introduction areas, right? We're still on the basic career agents. This is the final mission they send you on, and then if you are looking around at the scenery, you will see this. If you're just looking at the enemies and you're just burning through the acceleration gate, you won't see these. That's right, you'll completely miss that thing. You'll completely miss it. I completely missed it on my last playthrough too, right? Because I just pretty much burned through the career agent mission, and then you don't see those things. Alright, here, so we're about to go to the next room, and then the server is shutting down in 10 minutes, so we might log off, or we might log back on again, right? We could stay and play the game all day. So, Caldari Cruiser, we took level 3 off because we wanted to train missiles, but actually, we're going to put Caldari Cruiser back onto the list. So we're just going to try to train the Caldari Cruiser overnight. Just so it's a bit out of the way, right? We can get that train, then we won't have to worry about it. So we have located your target in this area. He's in fact inside the stolen Aegis ship. So he's inside the stasis tower. So we have to find the stasis tower. This thing right here. So we lock onto the stasis tower, and we have to use the afterburners. Then we just destroy the tower. So this is why it tells you if your shields are going low, you might want to warp out. So you put on your hardeners to reduce the damage from the enemy. And this is going to be casting a stasis web of fire. So what this does is slows your movement speed. So you're no longer moving 750 miles a second. Now you're moving 175 miles a second. So it just slows you down a lot. So if you destroy that stasis tower and you destroy the enemies, then you shouldn't have to worry about it. So even walk onto the enemies, I don't think we're going to be able to hit them up this close. So my suggestion is probably just do as much damage as you can to the tower, and then you're going to have to warp out here, right? So the docking station, you right click on the station and you click dock, and you should warp out of the system. Then you're going to have to warp back in again. You're going to have to attack the tower again, and then hopefully finish off the tower. So there we go, you warped out, you did not lose your ship. So if you do not warp out, you will lose your ship, right? So you just look in the overview here, you look for the docking station. There's only one station in this system, so you don't have to worry about a whole bunch of them. You just find it, and then you click dock, and then your ship returns back to the station. Then your shields get repaired inside the station. So then once you're inside the station, then you can just undock again, and then you return to the mission again. And then you're going to have to go through the warp gates again, but you should get the tower on the second time. And then you come back a third time, and then you just destroy the other enemies. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do it in time. Are we going to be able to complete the mission in 8 minutes? Or are we not going to be able to? So we might have to come back for it. And then we don't know if the enemies respawn on server reset or not. We don't know if they do. Might have to kill them again. For now, we'll just come back. We're just going to warp through the warp gates and then come back to the final chamber. Alright, here, and then I thought of something before you go into the final chamber. Since everything is so close to you, you don't need the long range ammo, so we'll do a little quick thing about changing ammo. You just right click the ammo, say we want antimatter charges, because all the enemies are going to be close range, so might as well use the close range ammo. So now our optimal range is actually 5,000. So all of their ships are going to be within 5,000 of our ship, and that's going to be within our optimal range. And the antimatter charges is going to be doing twice as much damage, basically. So as soon as we warp in here, we could just turn on the resistance shield. Then, yeah, we just warp in at 5,000. Alright, so we could just target the tower. I guess, these would be better than the iron charges. So we do have to try to move the, well, maybe we don't need the afterburners. It's not going to help us too much, but we're going to be able to take down the tower much faster, and then take down the enemies much faster if we do need to. So they haven't actually started firing upon us yet. Once they do start, oh, there we go. Now they started firing upon us. Just turn the shield on and then turn the shield off, because once your capacitator runs out, then your shield will stop regenerating. So actually, maybe we should take out the enemies first. What are we thinking? Take out the enemies first. Those are the ones that are damaging you, right? As soon as you take out the enemies, then you can take out the tower. Is that how it works? They're just going to regenerate their shields. Oh no, I guess we are getting hit. So we put on our shields and then we can just take out this guy. That's a better thing that we were doing. We were just trying to take out the tower first, but actually just take out the enemies first. As long as reinforcements don't come in. Oh, we don't have any shields anymore. Shields are gone. So your hull, it actually can take damage. You do have armor, and you do have structure. So if you do take damage, you're just going to have to repair it at the station. So let's just take out the... Damn, that stasis. Yeah, we can just take out the stasis tower. It's just one guy. We could regenerate our shield. Although this one guy is doing the most damage. It's probably going to be the hardest to kill. So we'll just take out the tower so we can actually move. Because also the reason we're taking so much damage is because we can't move at all. Oh, there we go. There's the message. Server shutting down in 3.5 minutes. So I guess we could do this mission before the server shuts down. Perfect. Just destroy these stasis tower. It sure does take a while. Right, considering that, I don't even know. Is it worth it to take down the enemy first? How long does it take down to take down the enemy? Oh, he's not too strong, actually. Alright, so... in the updated video, fly in, destroy the enemies first, and then take out the stasis tower. That makes perfect sense. So you're not taking any damage. So we still do have 3 minutes to do this. We probably could do this. Our shield's going to regenerate before he can take it out. But then if reinforcements come in, then we're pretty much done.
The capacitor is empty.
There goes our shields. So do be ready, right? If reinforcements do come, just sit here on the dock button, and then if a whole bunch of ships fly in, then just fly out, repair your shields, and then come back. So now the only thing left is the stasis tower. So we can actually go loot the wrecks. Yeah, they're really close anyways. Give us something to do since we can't really move anywhere. And these stasis towers should soon fall. Yeah, we can't even go to the cargo at all. Here we go. So there we go, 2,000 ISK, so we didn't really get anything. Here we go, the tower has been destroyed. You need to destroy all enemies in the vicinity. Oh, here's the pirate himself. So now you have to destroy the pirate. Hopefully it doesn't destroy you first, right? So it doesn't really give you anything. Alright. Oh, he's just in the capsule. That's right. Okay, so you just have to destroy the capsule. So, what's in the cargo container? Actually, move here. So we have 1 minute. So the mission has been completed. So we could set the destination to go home. We do have 7 jumps to go home. Dairy products, water, electronics parts. So we could take all those. So we could go jump through the start gate. We completed the mission. We're not going to be able to turn it in, so we're going to have to log in. So when the server comes back on in 1 minute, we could log back on again, go complete the quest, and then all the basic missions are done. Then we could log out. Alright, so we logged back in and then we warped to our home station. So it wasn't actually down for too long. We tried to log in at 4:09 and we were able to log in. So the server wasn't even down for 10 minutes. So the server came up really quick. But the reason we came back is because we wanted the bonus reward. The following will be yours if you complete this within 5 hours and 15 minutes. So if we would have logged off, we would have lost 200,000 ISK. So we completed the mission. So I'm deeply grateful. Right, stick with us. So now we completed all the basic military. Maybe next time we can go to the advanced military. So that'd be something to do. So we could look at our skill tree and then decide what we want to change. So all these videos could probably be done in like 1 day or 2 days. It's just we always have to stop and render everything and then go clean the house and do everything else. But and actually that doesn't matter, right? Because most of this game is just training your skills. So even if you just picked up the game like a week ago, and then if you're just logged in every day and mainly just looked at your skills like we have been doing, you'll still be making a lot of progress. 'Cause, tomorrow we'll be able to fly the battle cruiser if we can afford the battle cruiser. So that's pretty much today's job done. The cruiser, yeah, we decided to leave it on, I think, just because if we get it all done, then we won't have to worry about it. Just because in the back of your mind, you're going to be training all of your skills, and then you're going to be looking at Spaceship Command, and then Qatari Cruiser is going to be sitting there at level 2 the entire time. But if we train it, then it won't be, then we can just train everything else. So there's the video. Now we're pretty much heading off for the night. Tomorrow we're gonna do the advanced military, and then maybe there's some more advanced things to do in Eve besides the career agents. We're gonna try to find some more advanced things to do in the game after we can fly the beggar ships.